IDR Department of Child Services Director Mary Beth Bovtura, photo, provided by Department of Child Services. In her letter of resignation, the longtime director of the IDR Department of Child Services lashed out at the governor's office, warning that a continuation of its policies will all but ensure children will die. IndyStar has learned. Mary Beth Bovtura, who has worked in child welfare for 36 years, said she could no longer in good conscience stand by and watch Hoosier children being systemically placed at risk, without the ability to help them. I feel I am unable to protect children because of the position taken by your staff to cut funding and services to children in the midst of the opioid crisis, she wrote in the December 12 letter to Gov. Eric Holcomb. I choose to resign, rather than be complicit in decreasing the safety, permanency and well-being of children who have nowhere else to turn. More, IDR Democrats demand investigation into outgoing DC's director's claims. Without serious changes, Bovtura warned, I fear lives will be lost and families ruined. On Monday, Holcomb told IndyStar he believes the state is taking appropriate steps, including increasing DC's budget by $450 million. He said he respects and appreciates Bovtura's commitment to children. I wish her well, he said, and I'll continue to focus on how to meet the needs of Hoosier families and children. Former Gov. Mike Pence appointed Bovtura to the helm of the Child Welfare Agency in 2013. Prior to that, she spent 31 years working in the Lake County Juvenile Court system as a referee, magistrate, then judge. Former Gov. Evan Bay appointed Bovtura as Lake Juvenile Court judge in 1993, and voters retained her by large margins until her move to DC's. Bovtura's letter to Holcomb, which was obtained by IndyStar, outlines 4 reasons she believes the state is threatening the lives of children. First, Bovtura said Holcomb's office stripped her of power to run the agency she is responsible for. She said the governor's office placed Eric Miller as her DC's chief of staff, someone with no child welfare experience, because he was an asset during the campaign. Miller, who could not be reached by IndyStar for comment, has moved among various state agencies since December 2007, according to his LinkedIn profile. He was chief of staff for the State Department of Health prior to joining DC's. Using the position and authority given by Holcomb's office, Bovtura argued, Miller has engineered his own hires, bullied subordinates, created a hostile work environment, exposed the agency to lawsuits, overridden her decisions, been brazenly insubordinate and made cost-cutting decisions without her knowledge. She said her attempts to rein him in have been supported. Bovtura argued DC's has not been able to spend all of the funding it has been allocated. The director said she has repeatedly tried to secure additional funding, but Miller is bent on slashing our budget in ways that all but ensure children will die. When reached Sunday, Bovtura declined comment on her letter.